John, we're a month away from the new season. It's been a busy summer here, lots of ins and outs. How do you see the recruitment side, how it's gone? How do you feel it's gone?
The recruitment, obviously we've put in place over the last sort of 6 months, and Keith Burke coming in, and we've had a plan going into the off season. We've talked about our recruitment policy being focused on younger players, younger hungry players, and I think all our signings of recent time have been true to that. Obviously in the summer we've had Jordan come in first, and Aidan, Derek, and latterly Frank in goal, and they've all been key positions, but they've also been true to where we want to be in terms of the players that we're bringing to this football club.
I know it's been said in the past that perhaps sometimes here, haven't done the business early enough, it's dragged on and on into nearly August. Is that something you've looked to remedy? Has that just happened this summer?
I mean, we've been more ready for it than we have before. If there are any advantages of getting relegated, which is obviously what you don't want to do, but we were starting looking earlier than other people would have been, and you can do business early if you get your first choices. You tend to see that in the transfer market. You'll either have your business done early or your business done late, and there'll tend to be a gap in between. It's good that we've been able to do key positions early and get them in for pre-season and get the people we want. That is pleasing.
Plenty of outgoings as well. We've seen the likes of John Stead, Cole Scouse, Louis Nyatanga most latterly leaving. Albert Adoma, lots in the press this week about him. Lots of interest in him.
Yeah, I mean, Albert's a good player, so he's naturally going to attract interest from a number of clubs, and we have had a couple of bids in so far, but none that have met our valuation. But it's natural that more will follow.
Yeah. The figures that we saw in the press, are they accurate? Are you close?
I mean, I don't like to comment on anything that is private and business done in confidence, but for whatever reason the agent's spoken to the local paper, so it's not a million miles off. But I'm not going to comment on who's made them or clarify any of the amounts. But I wouldn't be surprised if you're asking me further questions down the line, because a player of Albert's ability is always going to attract that sort of interest.
Yeah. Paul Anderson also in the press, with J. Emmanuel Thomas going the other way. Sean has spoken on that when the players return to pre-season. Is there anything you can add to that at the moment?
I don't think there's anything to add at this stage. I mean, it's been widely reported that we have an interest in Jay, and Ipswich have an interest in Paul. But swap deals are notoriously difficult, because you're essentially got four parties that have to agree on something, and it's very, very rare that all comes together at once. So I mean, it's been quite widely reported that there's interest, and that's accurate, but it still takes a lot to get something like that over the line. So there's nothing really to add to what's already been said.
Yeah, already talk in the paper he was down yesterday. Nothing imminent then?
No, there's nothing. That isn't accurate. The fact that there is interest from both sides and both players may well be accurate, but in terms of actually anything imminent, no, there's nothing.
Let's talk season tickets. What have you made of the response to that so far?
I mean, the support for season tickets has been great early doors. We're still processing the final ones through from yesterday, but it's looking that it's well in excess of 7,000 to start us off, and that's a great response from fans. Really pleasing for everyone at the club, and there's still another month for us to get that figure up even higher.
Yeah, is that what you were expecting? Is that better? How do you see it?
I mean, it's hard to know what to expect. We're obviously on sale later than we have been before, and we always have that good core support, but you never quite know what stages that's going to come in at, and so no, it's very pleasing.
And as you say, still a month to go. It could creep up and hit 8, maybe 9.
Yeah, definitely, and I hope the supporters see that that there is a clear plan at the club, something that they can understand and they can see happening in terms of players that have come in, what we're doing elsewhere in terms of the plans to redevelop here, to run alongside the academy status coming through recently, and hopefully there's a feeling that this is their club. It's got ownership that cares about it, and it's got direction, and they can see that we're going along that path.
Yeah. You mentioned new stadium there. The plans went on show to the supporters. Thousands came through to come and view it. What is the latest there?
You know, it was good that fans got the opportunity to come and have a look at the plans to redevelop here, and you know, those plans will go in properly at the end of the month, and we'll see where that goes.
Are you happy with how everything's been engaged with the fans? And I mean, they've been involved a lot, haven't they, in terms of the designs and the input into the stadium?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's always impossible to please absolutely everybody, but I think if you looked at any stadium consultation anywhere, I'd be surprised if there is a more thorough consultation than we've had on this. And you know, as often fans have a stadium put in front of them saying this is our new home, and that's it. This certainly hasn't been that. There's been lots of input and lots of design based on that input, and you know, that's important so that fans feel that it really is, if it does come to fruition in this part or if it's somewhere else, that they really feel that is their stadium and they've been part of it. Talking
about the pillars, another of those was the academy and getting that Category 2 status. We've seen Brian Tinian come in now to help with the youth recruitment. That seems to be going along pretty well.
The academy's been a good success story in terms of getting the Category 2 status. We've had our reports and had a meet on that and got the feedback, and you know, we've got very good feedback in terms of that. You know, some Category 1 practices, very high Category 2 results, and we're pleased with that, and we've got to make sure we make the most of that now and do the real work of bringing young players through into the first team squad and playing in the first team.
I'm pleased to see Brian back. It's been well received by fans, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's great to have Brian back. He provides, you know, some of that real professional edge to the academy in terms of a professional football person who can give them real guidance, can also certainly help identify players and you know, get across that this is the best place for young boys in the region to come and apply their trade.
I can't remember saying it's the first friendly tomorrow. It comes around so quickly. Ashton and Backwell and then Clevedon this weekend. It's got a real community feel to the start of pre-season, hasn't it?
Yes, yeah, it's great to take the club, you know, a couple of places where it hasn't been before. Yeah, Ashton and Backwell tomorrow is going to be 1,000 people. It's sold out. That'll be a place where a number of the fans, let alone the players, have been before, and that'll be should be a real buzz around that. And anyone who can't make that one, we've got another game against Clevedon on Saturday, and it'll be a chance for fans to get a first glimpse of some of the new players as well.
Yeah, does that show how important the community side is? As you say, Ashton and Backwell sold out 1,000 tickets with days to spare.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the club wants to be part of the community. It is part of the community, and matches like that certainly help that. Hopefully they can grow on that, and it goes well.
Nice. That idea initially came from Sean as well. It's obviously right from the top. It's felt.
Yes, yeah. They felt they wanted to play a proper community match, and obviously that's something that we fully support. And this year it's Ashton and Backwell, and hopefully it's a flagship game for them and raise them some funds as well.
What about here at Ashton Gate Rangers? Tickets went on sale this morning. Very, very popular already. Sure that East End's going to be packed as well.
Yeah, no, unsurprisingly there's been quite a demand from today. I'm sure we're up near 1,000 sales for today, which is pretty quick out the door for a friendly, and I expect that to be a really popular game. I'm sure Rangers will sell out.
How did that one come about?
It came about probably out of opportunity, really. Keith Burt's was involved in terms of getting that friendly arranged, and it's just come from that, really. It came from a contact he had, and it's a great game to have down here. It's something, you know, you don't often get a friendly game that feels like a proper match. Often, if you've got a really well-known side, it's not necessarily a side you expect to have a competitive game with. It's got that nice part to it that it's a proper game, and it'll probably be played for a small prize anyway, so that'll be good.
Yeah, the Blackthorn Cup, that should be quite interesting. Hopefully get some silverware in the trophy cabinet early, I suppose.
Yeah, hopefully more to follow. Yeah.
Let's talk about expectations for the season ahead. It has been a sea of change we've already spoken about in terms of the playing staff, a little bit on the coaching staff as well.
Yeah, obviously it's the first time that John Pemberton, as first team coach, has been working with the set of players from the first few days of training. We've got Lee, who's in as the goalkeeping coach and helped recruit Frank, so he's off and running, and obviously a few trial goalkeepers where he's looking to bring in another one. New sports scientist Ben McKenzie up there, and Keith Burt obviously is relatively newly appointed director of football. So there's a good buzz about the place in terms of new players coming in and new staff. So it's something to build on, and we're not naive. We've been in this league before, and it's not easy. And I'm sure our fans aren't naive either. But with the obvious direction of the club, and them being able to understand what the focus is going forwards, hopefully that will bear fruit over time. It's just a question of when. But the team, the players, they'll need a bit of time to gel, and it will take a bit of time to come into effect. But if we keep doing the right things, it'll come.